So the first step in making ice cream is to make a base. Here we have egg yolk, sugar, regular granulated sugar, a small amount of corn syrup, which will help stabilize the crystal structure of the sugar, and a pretty good amount of vanilla extract here. Also milk, it's just regular whole milk, and heavy cream. You also want to have two things on hand: a fine mesh strainer to strain your base through, and something to strain it into that's in an ice bath to stop that cooking process immediately. This is essentially an egg thickened custard. So we'll get our dairy ingredients up to a boil. There's the milk, there's the cream. So while we're waiting for that to come up to a boil, we can whisk our eggs and our sugar together until they reach a ribbon stage, which is they'll pour freely off the whisk and kind of pile up on itself in the bowl. Comes together pretty rapidly. Add the cornstarch at any time, really. It's just about there now. So the cream's almost to a boil, the cream and milk. Our eggs are definitely at ribbon stage. Almost forgot the vanilla. We'll just get that in real quick. A little bit or a lot. So the next thing we're going to do is temper the hot liquid into this egg and sugar mixture. And if you were to just dump boiling liquid into here all at once, it would coagulate the proteins in the eggs almost instantly, and you'd be left with a bowl of milk and scrambled eggs, which is far from ice cream. So also note this is a non-reactive pan, all stainless steel pan, because I am going to be doing some stirring in the pan with a whisk, and you don't want to discolor your ice cream or change its flavor to metallic. So as soon as it comes to a boil, take it off the heat and temper the two components together. You do that by dumping a third of the hot liquid into the eggs, about a third. I usually just do it in a slow stream, stirring constantly while you do it. What this does essentially is bring the egg mixture up to a higher temperature before we mix them all together. And then back in once it's tempered up. Keep your area clean. Now you'll cook this over low heat, stirring constantly, and as the egg proteins slowly start to cook, they'll bind in the liquid. All the milk and cream, the dairy that was in there, will be binded between strands of coagulated egg. So you'll take this up to about 180, 185 degrees Fahrenheit and immediately get it through that strainer into the ice bath. to stop the cooking process. That's as far as you can take this without turning it into a pan of omelet. So stirring constantly to keep it off the bottom of the pan. You'll notice it as it starts to come up to that 180-degree mark that it's getting thicker, starting to kind of look like a dessert sauce. So very quickly, through the fine mesh strainer to catch any cooked egg that may have occurred, and into an ice bath to stop the cooking process. And we'll let that chill completely before the next step. So this is a commercial ice cream machine. Product goes into the top through this funnel. I've already assembled it and left it on for about 10 minutes to get it nice and cold. Our ice cream base is chilled. And all you have to do is pour it slowly into the ice cream machine. You do this too fast and it's all just going to come running right back out the top. So this machine does all of the work for you. It churns it, adds a little bit of overrun or air, and freezes it, all in a matter of about 10 minutes. So once you've got all of your base, your egg custard, in the machine, go ahead and close that lid and set your timer from 8 to 10 minutes. So the timers went off. This switch, if you push the switch backwards, it says auto and eject. Auto is machine running. Eject will spin the blades inside the opposite direction and push all of the ice cream out for you to get to the freezer. So it's definitely frozen. It looks like it's got pretty good texture. So once it's slowed down and it's barely pushing out any product at all, you could disassemble the door on the front and get all of the ice cream out with a spatula. It's also how you clean the machine, is you take all the pieces apart and hand wash them. So here's the finished vanilla ice cream, very smooth. Now, very quickly, before you store this in the freezer, you can fold in any nuts or garnishes, flavorings, whatever. I have some caramel sauce here, a soft caramel. Now you would either fold this in gently just a few times to achieve a swirl, or you could stir it in completely, essentially creating caramel ice cream. We'll go for just a little swirl effect. That's it. Get it to the freezer before it melts.